Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, man, perseverance, and I feel like that's part of the makeup. But I believe that it's something that is either in you or it's not. Do you know what I mean? So, because it's weird. I look when I was looking into the marketplace and I was looking at certain things, I was like, there's a lot more unsuccessful people than there are successful people. So
say that again. Do you find there's more?
No, there's more unsuccessful people than there are successful people.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
So like even just in life in general, the people who are super successful or whatever, if you was to tally up the amount of people who are successful versus the people who didn't achieve their potential, that is always going to outweigh the ones that did.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you mean.
So,
I get what you mean.
It's almost like the odds are against you, in a sense that you're not guaranteed that thing. You're going to have to work harder for it. You're going to have to push. You're going to have to do things that a lot of the masses wouldn't, where they might only want to give 10, 15, 20% and then they give up. You have to be willing to go to 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 85, 90, and push. You know what I'm saying? To like get that type of result where like some people just give up early.
Do you think that's because of like loads of different reasons? Sometimes it's because people just mentally ain't equipped to do it, or they feel like they've got not necessarily got the connections to proceed forward. They feel like some people, it's their dads might be rich, they might be able to, you know, sort something out or whatever, but a lot of people feel like they just don't have the right connections, or they don't know the right.
Yeah. That's why the majority is unsuccessful, because there's more mitigating circumstances why something can't work. So it might be got the wrong company, not encouraging you, don't have the connections, don't have the finances, don't have an investor. There's a long list of why you couldn't. Do you know what I mean? Even with people that do kind of maybe even get a foot in the door, and it's like, oh, my manager didn't do this, the label didn't do this.
So that's like those who complain about their financial lifestyles.
Could be that, just not getting, because like there's a lot more stages to pass. You could look at it like, imagine that there's like, say like there's like 80 checkpoints that you've got to get past.
Yeah.
So at any one of those 80 checkpoints, if any one of them don't work, you don't get the final prize at the end.
So what about the ones who created their own breeding grounds for failure?
For failure? Yeah, I mean, there's some people are like that with the excuses.
Yeah. And
just not wanting to, you know what I'm saying? But they might not admit that they've given up. So they'll just kind of talk themselves. It's like they'll pep talk themselves into, like I said, I didn't make it because of my manager. But you could have studied the game as well. You could have studied certain things like 1, 2 things that you saw maybe not going right with your manager. Then you take it into your own hands and you start studying. Okay, so what's wrong? Well, okay, the video shoot. Why did the video shoot cost 20 grand? Okay, we could have got a camera for this. We could have hired this for this. Instead of using that hire company, my friend's got these lights and now we've cut the budget down to 5 grand and saved 15 grand. Instead of just always leaving it to someone else, like if you can see that it's not working, you kind of have to roll your sleeves up.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't always be putting the blame on the third party. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have to like interject at some point. Once or twice, I get it. Maybe you're young, you didn't know any better, but then you have to get smart at some point. Do you know what I mean? You can't forever just blame the third party. And that's what people feel comfortable doing. Like some people like the fact of having someone else to blame as to why they didn't succeed. Do you know what I mean? Like, and they use that as like a footstool or like a leaning post as to why they're not getting to where they're supposed to get to in life. Because they've got this third party, my manager did me dirty and my accountant, and yeah, they're just but,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or this person, the A&R at my label, they didn't do this, or my producer didn't do this, or my videographer didn't do this. He was supposed to give me the files. But yeah, but you sat on it for how long? Get another videographer. Shoot again. You know what I'm saying to you? This time, buy your own external hard drive, buy your own cards, make sure that they give you the footage. Do you know what I'm saying to you? Easy. Oh yeah, just blame this person, blame that person. Then you're creating your own breeding ground now for failure, because you're allowing yourself to fall into the blame game.
Yeah.
And everyone who's lazy plays the blame game.
It's a blame game.
That's just in life. That's not even anything to do with music or anything. That's just like life, period. Do you know what I mean? There's certain things I've wanted to do and I haven't been able to do it, or so I was waiting on someone to do it. They're taking long. I'm gonna go study it. I'm gonna go
Do it
study
yourself,
it.
yeah.
You've got YouTube, bro. You can go on YouTube, tutorials. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
To
they
look
teach
it out,
you anything nowadays.
work it out. Trial and error. It's better than sitting around and waiting for someone.
Waiting for someone who may or may not do this thing for you.
Do you know what I mean? Especially being grown. There's a level where you get to where you're grown now, you're adult, and you actually have to work things out for yourself. So
What is a tour manager?
So a tour manager, generally speaking, a tour manager's job is to primarily look after the artist and performing party, basically keep them on schedule.
So they book all the coaches, book the hotel reservations.
Sometimes they deal with that, yeah, because like I feel like a tour manager is brought in really early. So, say for instance, like your tour manager might be involved with you from when you first start doing club shows, before it's even massive, or you're doing arenas or things, and like they might be just looking after logistics of your club shows, getting you there for your stage time, making sure that, you know what I'm saying, that they collect the money for your performance, that, you know what I'm saying to you, they get you whatever you need to make sure that they liaise with the venue, X amount, like your riders taken care of, your water's there, your refreshments, all of that's there, maybe a hot meal for when you come off and you perform. They're there to make sure that all the pieces are together. And they mainly do like look after the artist. They're mainly there to kind of like make sure that the artist sticks to their schedule, so that no fines are incurred. They're not late for their shows. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They pick the artists up from whatever time, like get them to the show, get them in their changing room, get them on stage at times. You know what I mean? So they do like a lot of the groundwork.
That's quite a lot.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty. Having a good tour manager, I think, from early days can even be make or break. Because if that tour manager isn't efficient, and getting on with the artist, then it can be a bit of an unpleasant experience.
Yeah, I hear that. But sometimes it depends on who you pick. If you're a bad judge of character as well. Some people are notorious. This is why I like 2024, because it's the year of exposure. Things are being exposed, things are getting out. But sometimes, would you say an artist can be blamed for the bad deals contracts that they get themselves into, i.e. for not reading the small print?
Like you said, it's year 2024. I feel like people are quicker to invest in drip and jewels before they can take money and even get a second opinion. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like now, like artists can be blamed.
Yeah, because especially the talk of these 360 deals. What are they?
Yeah, 360 is just where the entity that's involved in fronting the money, mainly labels, in order to for them to recoup more money than what they initially invest, they'll take a percentage of everything that you do. So they'll take a percentage of not only your record streams on Spotify, Apple Music, but they'll take a percentage of your live shows. They'll take a percentage of your brand deals. If you get a Boohoo deal, Little Miss Pretty thing, or whatever, you know what I mean, or a JD Sports campaign.
Well, that's too much.
Yeah, they're eating off of every single thing.
But because they're throwing the peas at their faces, people are saying, yeah.
Yeah, because that's the thing. If I say, if the label says we're gonna front 300 grand, 400 grand, but we're gonna want 360. Do you know what I'm saying to you? And then after we've recouped, then whatever, maybe 20, 80. Do you know what I mean? Or something like. Most people are gonna take it just for the sake of what the upfront fee is. They're not going to be thinking, oh, in the long term, I'm going to have to pay this back, and then the label might get 80 and then I get 20. They're just thinking, this is 400 cash. You know what I'm saying to you? But it depends, innit? Like whether your head gets spun by that type of money or not, because in the long term, really and truly, it's just a bad loan.
That is a really bad, yeah. Really, it was a very, very bad APR rate. Wow. So the term 360 just stands for the ratio of what you're gonna get.
Yeah, it means like it's a full circle.
That's what I thought it was. That's what I thought it meant. It meant full circle deal.
Yeah.
Everything back to me.
Yeah. Yeah, that's basically what it is. Because they're gonna make tenfold.